Hey guys, it's Jake from Lego My Django here.
And it is Sam with iUpdateOS, and
And
this
this
is
is the
episode 2 of the Jailbreak Jab.
Jailbreak
Yeah, that didn't go as well as expected.
Yeah,
Anyway, guys, welcome back to another episode. How you doing, Jake?
very good. How you doing, Sam?
That's good. I'm doing well at the moment. I've got some pretty awful allergies, if I'm going to be completely honest. But
I
I wanted to
understand that.
I wanted to power through, do another episode because it was fun. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
yeah.
So this week, I think we're going to kick it off talking about a jailbreak tweak that actually just came out today, which is pretty cool. It's called Vibe. And with this tweak, you can get, like, I guess this is kind of difficult to explain, but I really like the concept of it. Basically, like, you can figure out the time by just vibrations from your iPhone. You set it to an activator action, and when you click or you do the activator action, it'll vibrate so many times for the hours option, so many times for the tens digit, and then so many times for the minutes digit. So right now it's 349. It would do 3 vibrations, 4 vibrations, and then 9 vibrations, and it works really well. I've been testing it today, and I'll probably put up a video in a couple days on the channel.
So does it split between the times that of each number? Will it take a pause?
Yeah. It'd be really confusing if they
Yeah.
yeah. So it does like boop 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 boop
Okay.
boop boop boop. Beautiful vibration sounds. Thank you.
Yeah,
No.
perfect.
But yeah, it does pause. It works really well, and it's free too, which is always a plus.
That is pretty nice.
Yeah, I really like it though. I mean, of course, it only works with the iPhone because nothing else has vibration. But
It would be interesting to see the iPod Touch get vibrations.
that would be like just thinking about that seems weird.
Yeah, I don't know. The vibration motor really isn't that big
Yeah.
because I did take apart the iPhone 4.
Uh-huh.
Once again, one of the most scariest things I've ever done.
Yeah.
Because I replaced my screen on it. But yeah, the vibration motor is really not that big. If they could make it a little bit slimmer, I think it would be pretty nice in there to have.
Yeah, I definitely think it would be. I remember when I was younger, I'd always be like, why don't they just make an iPod Touch with cell service?
I know, and then Steve Jobs, or I think it was Steve Jobs, he's like, well, the reason we don't have that is because then you'd have an iPhone.
Yeah.
You'd get a calling app or whatever, and yeah, you could. But what would be weird is that I don't know how it is on the iPhone 5, but on the iPod Touch 4, did I say iPhone 5? I meant iPod Touch 5. On the iPod 4, it had. You would have to basically, if you wanted to do that, you'd have to turn your iPod upside down and then turn it around.
Really?
So, yeah, if you really wanted it to be a phone, because the mic was on the top.
Oh, yeah.
And then the speaker was on the bottom, so it would look really weird, but it would work.
Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at my my iPhone right now. Oh my gosh, I see that. Or my iPod. I'm saying
Yeah.
iPhone just like you. I'm looking at my iPod right now. That actually would kind of work.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised there's not a tweak that does that.
I know.
Like over Wi-Fi. Maybe we
Yeah.
should. Maybe a developer will be listening to the podcast and be like, "I'm gonna make that tweak."
You could be rich and famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guys, that's Vibe. It's available for free in the Big Boss repo. Next up, Jake,
I saw
your tweak. It's
OS
out.
Experience.
I know, but I didn't pick it up. I didn't. I don't know. I looked at it. I looked at the screenshots. I watched another YouTuber's video on it, and I just, well, I guess there's multiple reasons. First and foremost, $10 for a tweak. Really? $10? That's a lot of money for a tweak. I have no problem
That's a
paying.
lot.
Yeah, no problem paying $1, a couple bucks, even up to probably like 5 would be my max. But
Yeah, I think that's $5, that tweak.
yeah, definitely. $5 probably would be worth it, but it's like, whew, I mean, for $10, that's a lot for a tweak.
Yeah, it is also just for iPad, so
Also true, yeah.
I think it is really awesome. Like I said in the last one,
Yeah.
there's only been one other one to do it, and I'm actually gonna check it right now. It's called Quasar, and that was all the way back when I was 5. But this has like a mission control center. It basically makes it like a Mac. If you put like a Mac theme on it, I
Yeah.
for the icons and
Hmm.
stuff, I think that would be really cool. Because, and I didn't say this in the last one, I don't see like I when I first heard about the iPad, I was like a Mac, and just like I envisioned a Mac that's just like a slate, like imagine Mac OS X on an iPad. Like
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I imagined at first,
Hmm.
and I thought it would work rather well. I mean, of course, that hasn't been the first time that's happened. I mean, there's also tablets. They're coming back now. All those Windows 8 tablets.
Yeah,
There's a
oh my
ton
gosh,
of
they're coming
them.
like crazy.
Yeah, the Surface
Yeah.
is pretty. It's not. I feel kind of bad for it, but like, because if I wanted to get one of those, I'd definitely not choose the Surface as my first one. I would choose like an Asus one or something like that.
Yeah. I'll probably always an iPad guy. I like iPad.
Oh yeah, I would never probably get like a touch, desktop tablet, because I mean my PC is also touch, and
Yeah, there'd be
yeah,
really no point.
it's just I need a lot of power. We both need a lot of
Yeah.
power for what we
Give
do.
us more power.
Yeah, so Quasar, yeah, it does. If you're still on iOS, okay, yeah, if you're still on iOS 5, it's let's see. Oh, it's $10.
Oh, really? I wonder if
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
probably where the
Yeah,
developer got his
it's
pricing.
$9.99. So
Oh
if
yeah, I
that
just pulled that up
not
too.
1 cent.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much just like OS Experience.
Yep.
Only
Just
it's updated for
right.
iOS
Just
7.
transitioned a little bit. Yeah. So um, I'm happy that this is back out though, because I think it's really cool. And that
Yeah. Hmm.
if you like to do like, I would like to watch a YouTube video at the same time as I'm doing something else. Also, that would be pretty cool
Yeah.
to do.
That part
I
that'd
mean,
be pretty
it
cool.
is very that like if I wanted to type a paper and and watch a YouTube video at the same time, that would be really cool. It
That
would
would be cool.
basically only be good for like the iPad Retina, the big iPad, because on the iPad Mini it would be kind of small.
Yeah,
But
that's kind of true. Plus the
if you
keyboard would be like small too, probably.
right, but if you had like a Bluetooth keyboard, and there is a tweak in iOS where you can use your Apple mouse, the Magic Mouse, on your iPad and your iPhone, which is pretty cool. It's called BT Stack, I think.
Yeah.
Is
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've got
Apple's
that.
name.
Because we can talk about a tweak that uses that in a second. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you could basically make your iPad like a computer, or like a desktop, kind of a little bit,
Yeah.
with
I
those
mean
different windows.
that's cool. Yeah. So BT Stack. That sounded so familiar because that was installed with another tweak that uses Bluetooth called Controllers for All. Now this
Okay.
tweak it's pretty old. I mean, I guess old in the now. It's like probably 3 or 4 months old. It came out actually pretty fast, maybe 2 or 3 months, pretty fast after the jailbreak for iOS
Right.
7 came out. But with Controllers for All, you can literally, like, this is, I'm not exaggerating, you can turn your iPad or iPhone or iPod Touch into a mobile gaming station, and you
Really?
link, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, you can link it up with a. Now, Jake, there's no Xbox controller support because those aren't
Yeah.
Bluetooth, but
Yeah. Those are
I don't
some
even know.
weird. I don't understand those.
Neither do I. But yeah, you can use like a PS3 or PS4 or even a Wii U Pro controller.
Okay. Yeah. I think I have seen this before.
And I'm just looking at the settings right now because I still have this on my iPad. I use it occasionally. Or the IPEGA 9025, whatever that is.
Oh. Huh. Yeah.
But
I can use a Wii controller too. Also, can't you?
yeah, the Wii U Pro controller, I think, and that's it.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
But I mean, yeah, like the I'm stumbling over my words here. The development of this tweak, like I don't even know where you would start to like integrate Bluetooth with. I don't know. It seems
Yeah,
really
I know. If
complicated.
you like to think how that works is really complicated. And
Yeah.
something that I don't like is that the Xbox 360 controllers are, if you have a wire for it, it still connects wirelessly, regardless.
Oh, really?
It's plugged into the Xbox. Yeah, I know that's really weird, isn't it?
Uh-huh, yeah, because I thought with the Xbox it like functioned as a wired controller then.
Yeah, but with the Xbox One, it actually does function wired. When you plug it in, it restarts the controller and the connection. And I enjoy that. So I was like, oh, that now I'm happy because that means that I will be able to plug that into my computer and use it as a controller because then it connects wired now instead of wireless.
Oh, yeah.
It still, you still can't do it. I don't understand why Microsoft wouldn't allow me to plug it into my Microsoft computer with Windows on it and use it as a gaming controller.
That
Because
that doesn't make any sense.
if I wanted a game on my computer, I would have to get a controller. I'm just not a keyboard
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, same here. That's a lot of why I play Xbox and PlayStation more, well, 10 times more than I ever play a PC game.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm a big gamer, and I don't think I'll be going to PC for a while.
A long time. Same here. But anyway, getting a little bit back on track here.
Right, right.
Yeah. There's another tweak that came out I think it was 2 weeks ago, not in the past week, but 2 weeks ago that I wanted to talk about because it's actually pretty cool. It's called Slices, and it allows you to have multiple user accounts on the apps on your iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch. So let's say, for example, you have multiple Instagram accounts, which is what I use it for because I have my own personal one, and of course the iUpdateOS Instagram.
Right.
And it's really useful because with the Instagram app, there is no stock like account switching or anything like that. So with Slices, I have my Sam account and then my iUpdateOS account, and I can quickly just switch from one to the other in like 10 seconds. If
That's really nice because the Twitter app does that.
Yeah, the Tweetbot does that by default. Twitter app does that by
Right.
default, but yeah, like Instagram doesn't do it, which Facebook doesn't do it either, which is
Yeah,
I guess not a lot of people have
that's
multiple.
very useful because uh, I do use that for like Google and when I'm doing my schoolwork, I have to be signed into my school email, so I'd like to be signed in at both at the same time while I'm
Yeah.
watching YouTube with my actual account and using my school email to type something. So Slices would be very useful for other things too.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, guys, that's Slices. It is available for $1.99 on the Big Boss Repo, and it's pretty good. I mean, I have to say it works really, really well. I haven't experienced any issues with it, so definitely check it out if that sounds like it could be of interest to you.
So, Sam, what tweaks are coming soon that you're looking forward to?
All right, so I was very lucky to get my hands on Julian Weiss. He's just an incredible developer. He's like super nice. Well, I guess he gives it to me because he knows I'll do a review of it on my channel, but he gave it to me and a few others to review, and it is called Circlet, if I pronounce that correctly. But basically, this allows you, as I call it, to circularize your status bar. And you can do this on your iPad, iPhone, iPod Touch, as long as it's jailbroken on iOS 7. And you can, like, design... Well, I guess it's very difficult to explain once again, but is like just over voiceover without any video. But basically,
Right.
you can, like, turn your Wi-Fi, cellular signal strength, and your battery all into these different designed circles. And my favorite, I don't actually use the Wi-Fi or cellular signal like circlet, I guess, options, but I use it for my battery definitely, and it gives my battery like a pie chart look, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. I saw in your video that you can also like customize the color.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
And you can basically do any color, which I really like about that.
Yeah, that's nice. But yeah, I like that functionality. Thought
Yeah.
it was on Do Not Disturb, but I guess not.
Yeah, that's weird.
Anyway, it's probably because the screens are on and it's probably not silenced when the screens are
I
on.
guess so, because my iPad made a noise too earlier.
Oh yeah, but anyway, guys, that's Circlet, and it is coming soon to the Big Boss repo. Should be 99 cents, and the developer said he would submit it at the end of the week, so that's either today or tomorrow. Hopefully, you will be able to download it on Sunday, which let me check the date for that really quick, which would be May the that'd be May the 12th. No, May the 11th would be Sunday, or
Okay.
May the 12th, which would be Monday. Hopefully, you can download it by then, because it's pretty neat, I have to say.
Yeah. Looks very nice.
So something that was like this absolutely amazes me how people just discover these security flaws in iOS 7 even though iOS 7's been out for like so long.
I know. It just people keep on trying to find things about it.
Yeah, to hack it. And one was just recently discovered that this is for sure on iOS 7.0.4 and iOS 7.1 and iOS 7.1.1. I'm not exactly sure about iOS 7.0.6. It might be fixed on there because when I was looking this up earlier to talk about it on the show today, I saw no one say anything about it, the bug being in iOS 7.0.6, and I didn't see anything about iOS 7.0.5 either. So maybe if you're on iOS 7.0.6, like I am, you're safe, but honestly, I installed this tweak that we're going to talk about in a second that encrypts your attachments to your emails, because that's the problem with the security flaw, is that your attachments for an email that you send wouldn't be encrypted, which is obviously not good.
No, bad. That is not good. Yeah, it's amazing now that we are on these jailbroken devices where people frown upon them as bad as security flaws as you can hack into them, and where we're getting security flaw fixes before they're actually released out
Yeah.
on iOS now. It's amazing. It happened with OpenSSL also.
Yeah,
And yeah.
I honestly, I love that. And everybody's like, oh, just don't even get me started on the common person who knows nothing about jailbreak. And they're like,
It's amazing
jailbreaking.
how many
Yeah.
everybody who knows about jailbreak commonly now is it screws up your phone.
Yeah,
And it's
because
just
of,
because a common person that just jailbreaks doesn't realize what they're doing all the time, and that everything they install, you need to be a little bit careful about if it will work with the other tweak, if it'll slow down your phone, if there's battery issues. You can't just install everything
yeah.
and it will work. And it's gotten a lot better than it was a couple years ago. That is for sure. It's a lot more secure now, and you're gonna find less problems. So
Yeah, do you remember? Because for those of you who don't know, we might have mentioned this in the last episode, but Jake is actually the one who introduced me to jailbreaking.
yeah, I'd like to. I haven't. I just kid around about some things. Sam has always been excellent about Apple products. I didn't. Sam also wanted to do YouTube before I kind of just said to do it. Like, I mean, he did it basically on his own. But
Well, I don't know. I think you were.
I'd like to. I don't want to take credit for
I
things.
think you were a pretty major influence.
All right.
So.
Well, but I did. Sam, yeah, you said what it was. Like, you're like, oh, jailbreaking's bad.
Yeah, so this is my mentality. Freshman year, I was like, this is just me, just not knowing anything. The average non-jailbreaker that drives me crazy these days. I was like, oh, isn't jailbreaking bad and illegal? Like, that messes up your phone. And Jake's like, no, it's so good, And I was like, well, yeah, it's cool that he kept telling me about how he customizes these themes and does all these cool things with his iPhone. I'm like, oh, that actually sounds cool. I'm like, but for now, I'm gonna stay away from that. That's not my forte. And then the iOS 6.1 jailbreak was released by the Evaders, and this was like February of 2013, if I'm right.
Not sure.
I'm pretty sure February or March of 2013 is when the 6.1 jailbreak was released by the Evaders. And it came out that Wednesday night, and I had the classic first time jailbreak experience. I'm like, oh, it was getting kind of late at night. I had to go to bed because I had school the next day, and I was like, I don't know about this. I'm just gonna wait. So I waited the next day, and the next day I actually was sick, so I stayed home from school.
I remember.
Yeah.
I was sick.
I think you were. Excuse me.
I feel like I was home from school too.
I do feel like that now that you're saying that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think you were. I think you were home that day
Yeah.
too.
I think
Maybe
I was home also.
because I think I messaged you and you replied me back and you're like, oh, I'm home today too because I don't feel good. So anyway, I was like, well, I'm bored. There's nothing to do at home. So I remember this thing I was looking at the night before called jailbreaking.
Yeah,
So
I had
yeah.
jumped on there. I think okay, yeah, I was very excited because my iPad mini hadn't been jailbroken before and I
Oh
was
yeah.
waiting for this jailbreak to come out so I could jailbreak it
Yeah, I remember.
and then learn that Quasar wasn't available for iOS 6.
But
uh
yeah.
but yeah, I was excited to jailbreak my iPad and then I think I waited on my iPhone for a little bit because well, no, wait. I think I had it. I think I jailbroke it. I can't remember. My iPhone 4 jailbreak is not. I only have really a big remembrance of it on iOS 5. Maybe 6 a little bit too. But I made my own theme on 5
Oh,
that basically kind of made it look like a desktop. It utilized spring jumps, and I had like a little toolbar at the top that had like categories and stuff, and open up tabs.
that sounds cool.
Yeah, I utilized a different theme for it, but I essentially designed and like made the graphics for the actual status bar and stuff. So that was pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, just yeah, we talked about this last time, but jailbreaks are awesome.
Hmm.
But anyway, so I remember jailbreaking and me once again being the noobish jailbreaker that I was installed. If I remember right, it was called it was in like the starting tools, and it was
Huh.
called Strobe. No, it wasn't called Strobe. I can't think of the name. But it
Oh
was
yeah,
this.
because you said this flashlight thing messed up.
Yeah, exactly. It
Oh
was
dang.
oh my gosh, I gotta look this up real quick. But anyway, it was a tweak that would allow you to turn on your flashlight straight from your lock screen.
Right.
I'm looking for it right now. I can't find it. But anyway, I was like, oh, this looks really cool. You could be able to turn on your flashlight from your lock screen. Of course, this was the pre-control center days where you could just flip up and then enable it. So I was
Yeah.
just messing around and I'm like, oh, well, let's get this one that removes the black. This is iOS 6, remember, that removes the black bars behind the clock and the slide to unlock from the top and bottom. And it was a tweak, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
So the flashlight tweak didn't really like having nowhere to go.
See, and this is the thing. Tweaks aren't always compatible with each other.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people get themselves in trouble.
Hmm.
But yeah, I remember so clearly, and I was like, oh, no, everybody was right. I should have never jailbroken. What was I thinking? I have no idea what I'm doing. My mind was racing. I'm like, oh, my parents are going to be like, we told you that you shouldn't mess around with that kind of stuff. And and then I texted Jake. I'm like, it was in a fit of panic.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jake, I didn't install something right, and now I keep respringing for no reason.
I made you go through a ton of stuff.
Yeah, and I tried this thing that would figure out what was causing it, and that didn't fix
Yeah,
it.
unfortunately that doesn't. I think it's I forgot what it was called. It would figure out what package in Cydia was causing the resprings or whatever.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Um, I don't think it works anymore. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it didn't work then, honestly, but anyway,
Yeah,
that didn't
it
work
might
for
have not
me.
worked then. It had been around for a while, so yeah, it might have stopped working then because you had to install like a couple different things for it to work.
Yeah, it was like I don't know. It's very difficult to remember. This was like over a year ago.
Yeah,
No, yeah, it was over a year ago. But anyway, so I texted Jake and I'm like, I'm gonna unjailbreak. This isn't for me. And he's like, Sam, stop. I think he put stop in all capital letters. And and I was like, why? And you're like, just uninstall the last tweak you installed.
Right.
And I did, and I went through one. That wasn't it because I had installed more after this because I was in the frenzy of install all the tweaks at the same time. So I uninstalled a couple, and finally the issue was fixed. I still didn't know why though. I just know I uninstalled something, and that fixed the problem. Then eventually, like a month later, I'm like, oh yeah, that's you can't, because I think the same issue might have happened again, and I didn't freak out this time because I remembered, oh, that would make sense that you can't put something on the black bar that I made disappear.
Right.
And I fixed my problem, but gosh, where would the iUpdateOS YouTube channel be today if I would have unjailbroke?
Yeah, and quick note, if you can never actually find the tweak that's causing it, and you really want to get it fixed, if you uninstall safe mode, it will also uninstall the majority of your Cydia packages.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, it uninstalls a lot, like all your tweaks. Like I think it might uninstall Winterboard and the themes. I'm not sure. Yeah, if you ever wanted to restore your iPhone without doing a complete restore and still having the like all the stuff that's on there, like saved games and data, and you never want to do a complete restore but you want to update, just do that and uninstall the rest of the stuff that you don't want on there. Don't mess with any of the stuff that you don't understand what it is.
Yeah.
Because then stuff could go wrong.
And
but,
also, yeah.
But yeah, if you do that and just restore, you should be fine. There shouldn't be really any data on there that would fill up your phone. So.
And when you first jailbreak, this is also a pro tip: do not install iFile unless you know exactly what you're doing.
Oh. Yeah. iFile is important. I mean, iFile is important to see what's on there. I mean, it's not really important for editing things because that just takes place on a computer.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think the iFile can definitely be the greatest tool or the downfall of many people's devices.
And that attachment encryptor was made by Ryan Petrick also.
Yeah, that tweak is what we were trying to talk about, but we got a bit off the track again. But this tweak basically will encrypt your attachments when you send emails. And even though I'm on 7.0.6, like I mentioned before, I still have this tweak both installed on my iPhone 5S and my iPad that are jailbroken because I honestly like having extra security, or the security that was supposed to be there that isn't.
And also, did he make OpenSSL or did?
Yeah, he did. Okay. He put it up like these. What am I trying to say? This attachment encryptor tweak is available on his beta repo, which is rpetri.ch/repo. So that's
and for the OpenSSL, that's actually like a really big problem.
Oh, that was like when people like Pod2G was like, he was flipping out on Twitter. He's like, "Oh my gosh, how could this have happened? How could this have slipped through?"
It's like you have to update. It's actually a problem with like the entire internet. All websites had to patch stuff, and you would have to change your password maybe. And then it was also rumored that I was watching another podcast that the NSA might have been utilizing that bug to track things for a very long time because they didn't like talk about it at all until like somebody had discovered it. And also it's also rumored, take this with a grain of salt, that they actually released the bug. So
yeah, it's I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not, but you can never know.
We will never know. But speaking of security flaws, there happens to be another flaw in iOS 7.1.1 that allows you to bypass the keypad to get to contact information.
It is amazing how many times there has been a flaw with the keypad and the lock screen.
Honestly, amazing. Like, does no one work at Apple? And like, I feel like they would try to hire someone to try to figure these out before they get discovered, and then people can utilize them.
Yeah, I mean, this has happened countless times.
Oh yeah, it was on. No, this is just, I'm trying to remember right, but it was on 7.0.1, which was fixed with 7.0.2, and it was on 7.0.2, which was fixed with 7.0.3. And then now it's on 7.1.1, which will hopefully be fixed for good with 7.1.2 and not the same as like 2 different times when there's a lock screen bypass, because I don't like having someone being able to like get into, not that I have the majority of my devices on 7.1.1. It's just my iPod, which I don't even use a passcode on because it just sits at home all day. But yeah, I got something else snuck by Apple. I mean, people can get to phone numbers, like people's addresses of your contacts. They could like get somebody's address and know where they live, and this is all with your passcode enabled. Isn't that the point of the passcode, is to prevent people from getting into your personal information?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I don't know, Apple. You're killing me. You're killing me. Now, this isn't on the agenda for today, but I just thought about it. Did you hear that Apple acquired Beats Music?
What?
Yes, you heard me right.
Beats, like the headphones.
Yeah, like Beats by Dre. They acquired
them when?
Yeah, they bought them for $3.2 billion.
How much was I'm trying to think of some other things. How much did Facebook buy
Instagram?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So this I'm trying to remember because I've seen these numbers from just people I follow on Twitter. I'm pretty sure Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion.
I'm surprised that Instagram's still a separate application from Facebook.
You know,
because I was expecting it to become part of Facebook quickly, because Facebook already has that system.
Yeah.
So I thought they were going to integrate it into it, but they never did.
Seems like it would only make sense if you...
I know.
If I bought something for $1 billion, I think I would integrate it into my YouTube channel.
Wait, so how much was it again?
Instagram was bought for $1 billion by Facebook. And then do you use WhatsApp?
No, but I've heard about it.
Apparently this is like a huge deal for international people. Like, this is like...
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. That, once again, hearing about this on another podcast. WhatsApp is a basically iMessage for all other countries, because they don't really have... That's like a U.S. thing. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's what I've heard too. It's like the messaging service, and it's a huge deal, and like nobody in the U.S. knows that it's a big deal.
That exists. It's really big in Australia, and it's just basically iMessage. What it is. I mean, there is some apps that have been semi-successful that have done that in the United States, but they're not. I mean, iMessage is just used because it's part of.
Yeah, it's integrated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could be wrong here. I believe that Facebook bought WhatsApp a few months ago for $16 billion.
Bought them?
Yeah, they bought WhatsApp. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was $16 billion. It was either 16 or 32. I'm pretty sure it's 16 though. So yeah, I mean, these are some pretty crazy acquisitions.
Facebook bought WhatsApp for $19 billion.
$19 billion. I was wrong. Thank you for getting the right information.
And then Apple bought Beats for how much?
3.2, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yep, it is 3.2. So, yeah, I guess that'll be. I'm interested to see the next Mac line.
Yeah, I mean, there was a joke that they're gonna like integrate, like.
Well, they're already in. they're already, that's kind of weird because they're in Microsoft, like they're in like Asus or not. Well, maybe
Yeah.
Asus computers and some other brands too.
Yeah.
So
They call it Beats Audio, don't they?
yeah, it's just it'll have the speakers and it'll be powered by Beats or something like that. And there's also Android phones that have yeah, that's really weird that the like Android phones have that too. That,
Yeah.
can't believe that.
It's yeah, like it was just out of the blue. Like 2 days ago, they're like Apple in final talks to make a deal with Beats to buy them, and then all of a sudden today, it's just like Apple seemingly confirms that Beats by Dre was bought by Apple.
Man, that's crazy. Do you think like the earbuds will be like?
Yeah,
I'm
people,
excited to see what'll happen now with that.
yeah, people were complaining, and then somebody put on Twitter, "Well, you don't like the Beats acquisition by Apple? Well, think about how much better the EarPods could be,
Yeah,
because
I know. Like you could. Yeah, that would be crazy.
yeah, Apple's headphones they're
The
not the best
earpods are
out there."
cool. The earpods are cool, and earbuds are okay. I like those. Just like headphones don't fit my ears. I don't know is what it is about my ears, but like I have to get very. I use Alltech Lansing earbuds that are in-ear headphones, and like they're pretty good. Alltech Lansing also does. They do PC. They do also do computer audio also because my last computer had that. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, that's yeah. So I mean, Apple. I mean, I guess the world is their oyster for what they're gonna do next. Now, very
yeah.
interesting. I cannot say that for the life of me. Acquisition.
Oh yeah, acquisition. I think.
Yeah, I struggle with my English sometimes.
It's okay. So.
But yeah, I mean that's crazy acquisition. $3.2 billion. What will the future of Apple be? I have no idea. It'll be crazy.
I'm trying to find okay, the VR headset, the Oculus headset was 2 billion.
Oh yeah, Facebook bought a Oculus Rift. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so many people are mad about that.
Yeah, they're just like Facebook's gonna ruin it.
I'm not. I've never really liked it that much.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the idea of wearing something on my face, like I don't know.
Like I was watching something yesterday, and they were saying like there was this mock up of like a freestanding like hologram thing. I was like, or like, which would you rather have, the that what you see there, or that VR headset like in like the Oculus headset? And he's like, well, I don't know. He's like, there's a difference between innovation and what was he said innovation and just like iteration, and like he's like, the Oculus, that's iteration. We've seen those since the 1980s. Yeah, like that hologram, like a freestanding hologram, like would be so awesome. Or like, and then they were saying how like, since, I mean, the 3DS, it's kind of like, it needed to happen. It's like the first of its kind, and it will get better. And they were joking about, what if in a couple of years, you say my screen is 1920 by 1080 by like 960 or whatever, because of the depth,
Yeah.
your screen to like of 3D-ness or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be
Crazy.
excuse me. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, what? I don't know. What is Facebook gonna do with a wearable?
Yeah, like, and like some social thing, or like whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be a social thing.
Yeah.
Facebook does do games, and it was successful. I mean, until like mobile phones came around, because then it kind of becomes obsolete, because mobile phone, like the iOS App Store is basically Facebook games. Like King and like Candy Crush are on there. They originated on there basically.
Yeah, you're right. This is completely off topic, but did Candy Crush come on Facebook games or the App Store first?
Let me check.
I don't know. I was just curious. It's just a random thought that popped in my mind.
I know. I'm not sure.
I mean, that game makes so much money
I hate them.
still.
They're so like mean.
Yeah.
Their idea, you know that they copied their game was copied off of another game.
Yeah, well, isn't it like Bejeweled?
No, well, it is copied off of Bejeweled, and like they're also proud of that too somehow. But actually, like the whole game, like the font for Candy Crush and all of it was stolen.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
and
did
like
not know that.
this guy was like being quiet about it for like a whole year or whatever, and he finally came out and showed, and like, but of course he's not going to get anywhere with how big that company is now.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not fair, honestly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Candy Crush. I played it for like a long time, then I just got bored of it. Too repetitive.
I haven't ever played it.
I don't know, it was fun for a while, but did not keep my attention for too long. But as far as themes go this week on Cydia,
right.
there was an update. Excuse me once again. Terrible allergies this season. Anyway, this theme that I reviewed on my channel, I actually did a preview of it one day before it came out. The designer gave it to me a day early, which was really awesome because SatCon 7, the theme we're talking about now, was one of my favorites from iOS 6. And just this week, it got an update which gave it a few more icons. It also gave it an iPad wallpaper, but I'm not sure if I just need to reinstall it or something. But when I tried to use the new iPad wallpaper that looked really like unique and original, when I tried to enable it, it just didn't, like a black screen just comes up and it says
Really?
enable wallpaper.
Huh.
And I tried it like 2 or 3 times. I tried to respring. I'm like, oh, maybe it needs a respring to be put into effect. Didn't fix it, so maybe I just didn't download it right, and I'll try to reinstall it after this podcast is over. But SatCon 7 is still my daily driver on both my iPhone and iPad.
It's $1 in the Cydia's Big Boss repo.
Yeah, definitely worth it, in my opinion. I really like it.
Yeah, it looks very nice. Very nice. Reminds me of those great iOS 6 themes.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I miss iOS 6 sometimes.
I want to talk about something. So, I am amazed how much, Cydia, everything was influenced by iOS 7. I mean, the biggest thing is that Sarek still hasn't updated. Like, I don't think we're ever gonna see in like the UI like the top bars. You know how they're white and those little icons. I don't think we'll ever see those. Like, you can theme it to look like iOS 6. Like it has like a gradient on it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think we'll only see maybe like solid colors on that. Like I'm just shocked that wasn't going to be, that you wouldn't be able to totally like make it like not iOS 7. Because
yeah, there's really no way to, if you don't like iOS 7 with all your heart, I mean, there's really no way to get around it because it's what's
still,
on your phone.
It's still basically there. I mean, you can't like get really change it, which is very interesting to me. And then a lot of themes, which is okay. It is okay, but a lot of themes were influenced by iOS 7 in just this simple graphic design of flatness.
Yeah.
That I'm just starting to kind of get sick of because everyone's doing it nowadays. And it's kind of one of those things where whatever you liked 20 years ago is happening again. And I think this is one of those things where, like, instead of all this shininess, like ingredients and like, but now they're going kind of to this flatter design. Like at first it went from like the shininess to the matte design that like Android brought like to the front, and then a lot of people did that for their graphic designs too, and now it's just kind of like flat again, and like I don't know, it's kind of confusing why you would want to do that.
Yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from.
I don't have a big problem with it, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like
the
iOS
map look a
7.
lot. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I like iOS 7, but I don't know. There's just something about being on an iOS 6 and jailbroken that was just, I don't know, just like fun.
Yeah,
Not to say at all that iOS 7, being jailbroken on iOS 7 isn't fun, because it
iOS
definitely
7 is
is.
very smooth.
Just doesn't seem like it's as fun as in the past.
I don't know. Um, but yeah, I mean SatCon 7 looks pretty nice. So
Yeah, once again, it's in the Big Boss repo. I like it. Speaking of which, I just thought of, why do people always, now this is of course just generally, why do people submit tweaks to Big Boss normally in most themes to Mod My Eye? I don't know. Because,
Mod My IO has always seemed like more of a theme thing.
yeah, I mean, but like I know a couple of Shurnex's themes, well, I think all of his themes are on Big Boss, and Satrops put his two themes, i7Cons Pro and SatCon 7 on Big Boss. Maybe there's like a requirement that they has to theme so many icons or so much of the UI, and that's why Big Boss will
Um,
or will not accept them.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have to look into that.
I'm looking at some of the top themes on Cydia right now, like the featured
Oh
ones.
yeah, featured on Mac City.
Um, most of them are Mod My Eye.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Some of them are actually Zod T. That's weird.
Oh yeah, Zod
Yeah.
TTD slash Mac City.
Maxi. Yeah, that's interesting that some of the featured themes are that.
Yeah, but
I liked this one app. It doesn't work anymore. I don't think it's called. It was called Theme It, and you could like, it was like all these like new themes that were coming out, and they had a website too. The website probably still works, but the actual like thing you could get in the app store doesn't anymore. But yeah, it was called Theme It, and it would like show you like all these like new themes that were coming out like on iPad and like um it was a very well styled too. It was like iPad and iPhone and iPod Touch, and they had like different categories like most downloaded, most popular, and it was very nice. I got some themes from there.
yeah, speaking of what like I've always since the day I've started using Cydia wanted a section that says, just like the App Store, top paid, top free, and top grossing.
Yeah, I
I've
mean,
always wanted to see the most popular tweaks, the most popular themes, and the ones that have sold the most or been downloaded the most. That's just
but
something
how are
that,
you going to find these themes? Like, how are you supposed to like just like find like how am I supposed to find this theme called SatCon 7? I
yeah,
need a good way to find that, and like that a lot of people are liking it, and like because I'm not just gonna go ahead and just like search that
yeah. I mean, you
on,
don't know what to search in the first
right,
place.
yeah, it's kind of like hard to figure out without some outside source telling you what the best themes are.
Yeah, I mean, it's very true. I would love to see a top featured section. That'd be great. Would you like that?
Yes, I do. And I don't want it, I don't like it to be like I want like a top download, like maybe a top most popular or top downloaded, because I don't want people to pay for their theme to be at the top.
That's not right.
Because I feel like maybe the features section in Cydia might be like that.
I don't know, maybe.
I like whenever I would go on the Theme It application and look at the, and I know this is a little bit different, but when I would go the Theme It application and then compare them to the ones that were in Cydia, they didn't match at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
I don't know. Maybe that's just
I don't
I don't know.
know. Yeah, that doesn't seem right the way it sounds. But in case those of you who didn't know, maybe you are watching this on YouTube right now, you can now subscribe to the Jailbreak Jab on iTunes,
Yes.
which is awesome.
Yeah, I like the podcast feature on iTunes a lot. If it's not video, then iTunes is the way to go.
Oh yeah, hands down. I use the podcast app too, which works super well because obviously it's made for
It
podcasts.
works very nice.
But I love the way it works. But yeah, just go ahead and launch up iTunes on your iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, even your Mac or PC. Search the THE space JAILBREAK space JAB. Hit the enter button, hit the return button, hit whatever button will get you closer to downloading this because it's available for free and you can subscribe.
Yep.
Which you should definitely do because, I don't know, you should. Maybe I'm a little biased. I don't know. I just like this show a lot.
Yeah, it's very fun.
But anyway, guys, I think that might just about wrap up our show.
Yeah.
It's been about an hour. Well, about 50 minutes, actually.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yep. And I'm Jake from Lego My Django. And
I am
Exquisite Triforce.
Oh, yeah, of course. Definitely subscribe to him there. And I'm Sam from iUpdateOS. And we'll see you guys in the next episode of the Jailbreak Jab.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
See you guys later.
See you.